Welcome to the episode of Lockedin. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing the Olight RN1500. This is a 1500 lumen front LED light. So if you're looking for a super powerful yet lightweight and compact light for your gravel rides, mountain bike rides, road rides, please stay tuned. So we're going to be talking about the specs and features of both of these lights, as well as mounting options, price, and my final thoughts. So let's get into the specs and features. First, we'll start off with the RN1500 itself. As stated, this is a 1500 max output LED lithium-ion rechargeable front light. So this light has 5 different modes. You have your low, your medium, your high, and you have 2 flash modes, a slow and a fast. And it does charge with a USB-C cable that is included in the kit. So this light is going to run anywhere between an hour and a half on high to 11 and a half hours on the slow strobe mode. Now, the most common mode that I honestly tested this in was in the 750 lumen output, which is going to give you an immaculate 4 hours of runtime. Now let's get on to the rear mounted taillight. This is a full LED rear taillight that is going to have a maximum output of 30 lumens. Now that doesn't sound like much, and realistically there are a lot brighter ones on the market. The nice thing with this one is it is very lightweight and compact, and it does have good side mounting visibility when mounted on your seat post. And this one does, unlike the front, charge by micro USB. Now this is going to output between 7, 15, and 30 lumens depending on what mode you're in, and you're going to get all the way up to 40 hours on the most economical flash setting, and on its highest output in the steady on setting you're going to get 2 full hours. So this is definitely going to last you quite a while no matter what mode you're in. Now let's get on to mounting options. If you watch any of my reviews, I always say that I want a GoPro mount for every single light, and the Olight RN1500 does deliver on that. It does use a very kind of interesting Garmin style mount to this, with basically a quarter turn style mount, and it does come with a GoPro adapter, so you can simply add this onto the unit and make it mount to any lower GoPro mount like a K-Edge or a front mount. And you can obviously run this in forward or reverse, so you can place the light accordingly to have clearance of your handlebar bag, or anything else like it. As well as it does come with a standard round mount. This is going to have multiple different strap lengths in the kit, so depending on what size or width of handlebars that you're placing it on, you're going to have an appropriate strap. It does have a nice rubber piece here, so it's not going to slip on you, and it simply mounts to your handlebar like this, just snapping into the front section here. And they do even provide an Allen key, so you can simply tighten this up like so. This does give you a nice, more minimal look than some other mounts that I know that are on the market. Then you just simply mount the light, give it a full turn, and it locks into place. Now I did try this on some trails by me because I wanted to see how tight the mount would stay, and I had no issues, as you can see from the footage that you're watching here, with this light being mounted like this. The beauty of this system that I really like is that on the current bike that you're watching it on, I put the handlebar mount on, and then what I did is I mounted the quick release mount to my other bike that does have a K-Edge front mount. So I can simply take this light off and move it between whichever bike I am currently riding without having to take the mount with me and constantly take it on and off. So I do like having both those options, so you can essentially have 2 mounts for one light and easily adjust it and swap it between different bikes. As far as the rear light, you're just going to get a simple rubber mount like a lot of other lights. It does have a slightly scooped out rubber section in the back here, so it should work on an aero seat post. I wish they would include a longer mounting strap option for those people running really thick aero seat posts. I don't think this would stretch around, but I did stretch it around a 31/8 round post with no problem. So let's get into price. This bundle is currently, as of today that you're watching this video, on sale at 40% off. Olight did reach out to me and send me these lights, but I am no by means paid by them to say anything good or bad about them. But there is an affiliate link in there to help the channel. I did tell them that I would not review these lights if I didn't like them enough to actually produce this video that you're watching right now. But if you would like to buy a set on sale, these are below $60 for both lights. Check the link in the description below, and if the sale is currently off, I will have a discount code in there as well. So let's get into my final thoughts on both these lights. Let's start with the front light. Now, as far as this light goes, I do really like it. Having a 1500 lumen light is really nice, mainly for me because I don't plan on using it at that level that often. So having that 4 hours at 750 really is attractive to me, especially since it's in a single body light design and it doesn't have an external battery pack. As far as the output goes, it was more of a beam style and didn't flood super well. Mainly, I'm assuming because it is a single LED element and not a dual style, which obviously would have a lot more weight and width to this light, but I would like to see that as an option. I do like the quarter turn mount. Again, in my testing that I've done with this, I never had it slip on me or come loose in either the handlebar mount or in the quarter turn GoPro style mount. One feature that I have seen on other lights that would be nice on this, especially for like a bike packing or overnight trip, is the ability to take the charge out of this into your cell phone. This does have a 5,000 milliamp battery, so that would give your cell phone pretty good charge if you were in an emergency situation, essentially carrying a battery pack with you. Now, the other thing I would definitely mention, if you're going to use this for a 1500 lumen output light, this would be a great helmet mounted light for night riding because you can really get that beam out there. It does state that it has a maximum output of 164 meters. So this in the 1500 setting especially on a helmet mount would be great if you're trying to combine that with a current light that you already have that maybe isn't as high of output, because obviously your head is farther away from the ground, but this will allow you to see around corners a lot better. And lastly, keep in mind this thing is going to get pretty warm because it is outputting a lot of lumens in a small body. So be mindful of that when removing it from your bike if it is a warm day or night and you have been running it extensively on that 1500 lumen setting. Now onto the rear light. This thing was honestly good enough and I was happy with it. It is super light and I'm happy with the output and the side visibility, but it's a rear light. There's nothing really to complain or brag about that it has. Has a standard webbing mounting strip. It has the micro USB charger, which I wish they would make it USB-C so I could carry one cable to charge both lights, since these are offered in a bundle currently. So in closing, would I recommend these lights? Absolutely. At the $60 mark, especially with these on sale, I think this is a killer light option that is really compact and lightweight, especially for this output and not having an external battery pack. Having the external battery pack option would be great as an add-on to this that I wish they would come out with, as well as having that phone charge option. Again, this is a great light that I would definitely bring on a maybe overnight or weekend ride if I'm doing a multi-day bike packing trip or a longer extended touring ride, and having that emergency option to charge something in an emergency situation. Lastly, again, I do wish that the rear light had more mounting options as far as for people running a bigger or aero style seat post to have a little bit more flexibility. I didn't get to personally test if it does work, but just based on the size of the strap, I don't know if I can confirm or deny if it will. So if you like this video, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any questions, make sure to comment below. I respond to my comments every single day. And if you want to support Lockedin, I do have a Patreon link in the links below. I do have cool perks at the different tier levels because I'm trying to make this a full-time YouTube gig. And thanks for watching another episode of Locked In.